Hello again. I'm Bonnie Myrick, and I'm the author of Nelly of No Man's Land, a historical novel. And I'll be publishing it the first week in December. I'm reading an excerpt for you today, and this is a scene called Skeletons in the Closet. Nellie looked at the darkening sky. The temperature had dropped. A storm was brewing. She pulled her shawl tight around her shoulders and turned to go inside when the thunder of hoofs caused her heart to jump. "Ma!" Ray yelled. "It's Gramps." The wind whipped his black curly hair awry as he ran toward his grandpa. Sam reined in. "What's wrong, Gramps?" Ray asked. Sam, usually in charge and confident, looked like he was ready to fall apart. His eyes were red-rimmed, and his hands shook. "Nellie, something's wrong with Gwen. Can you come?" "Of course," Nellie said, her heart accelerating. "Ray, saddle a horse." She motioned Sam to follow her inside while she shrugged into her winter coat. Before she finished bundling up, Ray was back, bringing a gust of cold air with him. "Whiskey's ready," Ray said, referring to his horse. At the door, Nellie turned. "Ray, look after the girls while I'm gone. I'll be back as soon as I can." She turned up the collar of her coat and then pulled on her mittens. No telling what time she would be returning, and evenings were bitter now. Lena, Hannah, and Evie stood wide-eyed. "You girls mind Ray while I'm gone," she ordered. "We will, Mama," they said, almost in unison. Sam tugged at her arm. "Hurry, Nellie." Once on their way, Sam and Nellie lowered their heads against the cold wind as they spurred the horses to a fast gait. When they finally rode up to Sam's dugout, he took the horses and motioned her to go in. What was she getting into? Sam hadn't wanted to talk in front of the children, so it had to be bad. She stepped inside and closed the door. Almost immediately, Sam joined her. Gwen, eyes wide and blank, sat facing the window. She pointed a finger. "There. See? See them? All those faces, staring at me through the window. They've come to get me." She began counting, slow, in a monotone. 1, 2, 3. Sam clamped a hand on Nellie's arm. "What's wrong with her?" Gwen's eyes shined like black pearls in the shadowed hollows of her face, made more vivid by the stark white of her yoke, lace-trimmed nightgown that twisted around her thin body. Nellie shivered, whispering, "I think her mind has snapped." 4, 5, 6. Gwen's finger moved from side to side, still counting. 7, 8, so many. Her body trembled as though chilled. "I hear them moaning. Oh, God, make them stop." Gwen pressed her hands over her ears. Sam's eyes shimmered, and tears slid down his wrinkled face. "What we gonna do?" Nellie shook her head. She slid out of her coat and went to Gwen. "What's wrong, Gwen?" She shivered at the look of madness she saw there. "All those people dead," Gwen said, "because of me." She started to count all over again. Then she was laughing, a crazy, insane cackle. Gwen turned, and her long, thin fingers gripped Nellie's throat, forcing her to her knees. Nellie's lips parted, gasping for air, and she clutched Gwen's hand in a desperate attempt to break her hold, but Gwen's strength was unbelievable. "Gwen, stop it! Stop!" Sam wrenched Gwen's hands away. Nellie fell to the floor, her hand to her throat, gasping as she pulled air into her lungs. That's when Nellie saw Eli hiding beneath the bed, his fist stuffed in his mouth, his pale face streaked with tears. Pivoting, Gwen wrenched free of Sam, grabbed the rifle he kept by the floor, and cocked the gun. She crouched. "I killed him once, I can kill him again." She swung the rifle in a circle. Sam ducked. Nelly froze. Skittles of fear raced through her. Gwen turned the gun toward Eli. He clamped his hands over his face. "Don't shoot me, Mommy, don't shoot." Gwen stopped at the sound of Eli's voice. For a moment the madness faded from her eyes as though she realized what she had been about to do. Then she dropped into madness again. She pivoted, turning the gun on Sam. "Give me the gun, honey," Sam said, low and quiet. He splayed his knobby hands and moved toward her. "Give it to me." "Stay back," Gwen screamed, her knuckles white on the gun barrel. She backed up. "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," she repeated over and over. Her voice rose higher and higher until it seemed to bounce off the walls. Eli screamed, "Mommy!" A shot rang out. Gwen slumped to the floor. Blood poured from the self-inflicted wound. Sam crouched beside her. "Oh, honey, why'd you have to do that?" Gwen tugged on his arm, and he leaned close to catch her whispered words. "All them folks I helped kill, Sam. I can't bring 'em back, and I can't live with the guilt no more." Her head turned and rolled to one side on his arm. Gwen was gone. Sam's huge frame shook violently. He wept like a baby. I hope you folks liked the reading. Next post I'll be doing will be a character interview with one of my folks from the novel, Grandmama, which is Nelly's grandmama. I'll see you then at the next post.